Hey Aquarius, what is up? Thanks so much for tuning in. Welcome to the channel. I'm Deborah. This is Purusha Intuitive, and we are looking at your energy for the week. So I hope you guys are doing well. I appreciate the love, the support to the channel 100%. We're looking at the highest and best message for the Aquarian collective. That sounds dope, right? And the messages are timeless. I feel like I don't have a lot to say. We are coming to the end of Piscean season, which is kind of nice, right? We're about to start a zodiac new year, gives us fresh perspective, allows us to kind of spend more time empowering ourselves. Piscean energy can be so emotional, right? Bringing up all the feels. So some girl talk perhaps happening, maybe sitting down with a friend, someone you're close to. Getting that like love and support is what I'm hearing, yes. Healing and hearing. Actually, I was shuffling. I started the video before and had to restart, and this dragonfly energy came out as well. So definitely that spirit confirmation, right? Like kind of approaching things with a little bit more lighthearted curiosity. You know, Aquarius, you can be so fun and inventive and curious. It's tapping into that for you. I feel like you're kind of getting certain things revealed to you right now, maybe intuitive insights, but this is also like messages coming in about a person or a situation, stepping into a deeper commitment with someone. And it doesn't have to be romantic. It doesn't have to be about getting engaged. It could for some of you. But it can also be platonic, right? Like, oh, sorry guys, this is movement is hard for me today. All right, ooh, soulmates and passion. I love this. So for sure, for some of you, this is like a strong connection coming through. Someone that you really vibe with, someone that makes you excited and inspired about life, etc. Gosh, dude, these cards are flying all over. That's been happening. The energy's been a little chaotic this morning. Not in a bad way, but I just feel like there's certain, I don't know, it's kind of been this theme of like I said, kind of uncovering something, finding out the truth, not just for you, but it's come up sporadically within the zodiac readings this week. And it makes a lot of sense being on the tail end of Pisces, because Piscean energy really kind of brings light to the things that have been hidden. The things that maybe we weren't looking at or didn't recognize before. Wanting to build and grow something with someone. Exactly. So places that you weren't seeing things clearly is what I'm hearing, right? Or the other person was. I mean, obviously this is your overarching energy, Aquarius. So this is kind of like, I don't know, not hearing the full story. Like I keep hearing this analogy, like your sunglasses were smudged, right? The way that you were looking at a certain situation was maybe not through clear lens. I feel like you're seeing this person or situation evolve a lot more. This has come through in your past readings, I believe, where you're not 100% certain about someone. King of Wands, Two of Wands pops up. Yeah, so not 100% certain about a person, place, or thing. It's making you, you know, you've kind of been watching with a very scrutinizing eye. Maybe this is someone who has tried to, you know, commit to you in the past, put their best foot forward. Maybe they've not, maybe they've failed. But this is also, like I said, that element of not really having the whole picture. So whatever you're dealing with, I would just take that step back. There's a lot of value that comes through meditation, spending time in quiet reflection, allowing, yeah, I love that. The cards never lie. That's exactly Four of Swords energy, right? And the reason that we do that is so that we can actually hear the truth, you know? It's not just these things that our thinking mind, you know, conjures up, etc. Yeah, those might play a part in it. But there is love, there is connection here. You are connected to this person, or you wouldn't be watching them. You wouldn't be giving them any attention. You wouldn't be giving them the time of day. There is something that you want, that you desire. Yeah, there's that Six of Cups. So having, you know, deep connection with someone, feeling that, knowing that, but not really 100% certain on where you stand. You know, it's interesting with this girl talk dragonfly energy. More information to be revealed. So maybe you need to take a step back and really kind of assess. Maybe you were feeling left out. Maybe you were feeling like you didn't get what you wanted from this situation with this Five of Hazards, or someone, you know, was leaving you out. The energies can be vice versa. You'll know what fits your situation the best. There's that Two of Wands. Having a hard time, you know, understanding is what I'm hearing. Like you felt like there was multiple things happening at the same time. Like I'm hearing this as like there was creative inspiration and ideas and potential and possibility, and it felt so good, but then you weren't seeing that manifest as you wanted, you know? Maybe you were collaborating with someone or a situation and it just fell flat, or you're not feeling like, you know, they or the situation was returning to you what you wanted. Page of Wands. So maybe someone who is a little bit naive, they're kind of, you know, I hear this as, I mean, this is Wands energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You know, Wands energy is very active, right? It's all about exploring, kind of like finding new territories, new potentials, new possibilities. It's also hard to pin down, right? And especially with the Page of Wands, it's like, it's like the kid that wants it all, is how I hear that. You know, wants to kind of have everything on a platter. Maybe there's a part of them. Three of Swords is grief energy. So maybe they were in a space of a lot of grief and it was bringing out kind of their worst fears, is what I'm hearing. This is Capricorn energy, and I believe this came up for Capricorn as well. So you could be dealing with a Capricorn. You could be dealing, or you could be an Aquarian Capricorn cusp, or have a lot of those elements in your chart. This is also that value of like the person or situation just was, there was a lot going on for them. Letting their fears, letting their grief bring them down, kind of get the best of them, is what I'm hearing. Like I said, it has those like immature undertones to it. And you didn't really know what to think or feel about it, right? So you refuse to, the Three of Pentacles is in your blocked energy. This is like refusing to work on it, refusing to put energy into it, you know? It's interesting because it shows that gentleman training the zombie dog or whatever it is. But you know, it just reminds me, like, sometimes we do have to put time, attention, effort into something to see whether it's going to work out or not. And when we don't do that, then we don't know, right? Like we get kind of thrown off or misconstrued about what the reality is, etc. Maybe this person or situation isn't fully owning up to how things played out, or that, you know, that devil was getting the best of them, just how they're both lurking. This can be fears. This can also be other people involved trying to control, manipulate the situation, the person, place, or thing. It doesn't necessarily have to be like a substance, or maybe they're not showing you the type of remorse that you want to see, is what I'm hearing. And maybe that's where part of the immaturity is coming into play. Let's look at that a little deeper. Why are they kind of... It's someone who's being self-protected, right? They're holding back, yeah. I feel like it's like they're waiting until they're a little bit more grounded, maybe more established, feeling better within themselves. Yeah, exactly, because they're going from the Page of Wands to the Knight of Wands. So they might still be kind of in the process of, you know, healing from whatever this Three of Swords heartbreak energy is. 11:11 on the clock. So it's like, if you don't want to, you know, that's probably why you're watching them. You haven't made up your mind. You haven't made up a decision about who this person is, whether they're for you, against you, but you're kind of blocking that as well. The emotions are blocking it. I don't know. Yeah, just like, I think you just kind of don't want to know the truth. Like sometimes we do hold our head, because it's basically like the information is there to be revealed. That's where this comes through. But maybe you don't really want to hear it quite yet. Maybe you're not ready to hear it, because I think it's going to force everyone in this situation to take responsibility. And usually we mirror each other, right? So what we see, what we complain about in someone else is often things that we're doing, you know, or we don't like about ourselves. That's always, you know, that's always a humbling thing to think through. I mean, it does really talk about things moving forward. The more that there is healing, which makes sense because that's how this person's situation energy pans out. There's more of that Wands energy, right? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We see almost the whole Wands family. I think the King of Wands popped out too when I was shuffling originally. But it just talks about, like, you know, I feel like you, Aquarius, are kind of waiting on the sidelines to see how it all works out. You're not making one movement or the other, so you're just letting things be. Maybe you don't really care to. Maybe you don't want to be bothered to, is kind of what I'm hearing, because you don't really understand. But I think sometimes, I will just say to you guys, no shade, sometimes we just need to ask. Sometimes we need to get information. I know some conversations are uncomfortable, especially if you feel a lot of emotion around this, or maybe you don't want to let that emotion out. Yeah. I think there is a part of you that's afraid it is toxic energy. Very interesting. This is a beautiful flower. It's very alluring. It brings you in, but then if you get too close, it can be too toxic. So there is this element that maybe you're afraid of that. You know, maybe this has been similar to the past. But I think this is also, like, again, just back to what I was saying, right? Like, usually what we're complaining about with someone else is what we in fact are doing. And with that Vixen energy showing up for you, like, because this is really talking about this person working with their shadow side. That's where we see the Devil, Page of Wands, immaturity, needing to grow, needing to evolve, needing to get a little bit better. But to me, it kind of looks like there's a lot going on for them. And perhaps you misjudged Maybe there was gossip. Maybe there was, yeah. So it's like finding the healing for both people, right? Like I said, we're mirrors. We act as such. I'm not saying that they're all scot-free, justified in bad behavior or whatever was happening, because obviously they were giving you a reason to kind of say, well, you know. But it's also showing that you are playing a role in this. And that's where I think it's important to be honest. You know, sometimes Aquarian energy can be very idyllic, which is beautiful, like utopia. But remember, there is kind of that human component to everything. So maybe a conversation would help, you know? All right, guys, I hope this helps. I'm sending you lots of love and blessings to whatever you're navigating through, Aquarius. I know these things are not easy. They kind of encourage us to grow and evolve, which, you know, is easier said than done. So big thumbs up if it resonated. Definitely drop comments below. I would love to build and grow the community. Thank you for the love and support. Sending it back your way.